Hello and welcome to Humans versus Nature. I'm excited to have you for this Flex Fall Learning class. In this class, we are going to study all about Earth, the things that we do that show love for the Earth, the ways that we can take care of the Earth, and the differences in other countries and other types of caring. We're going to talk about recycling. We're going to talk about water conservation. We're going to talk about pollution and lots of different things that will help you understand how we can take care of the earth better and some of the things that we're doing right now that are really harming the earth. You're going to complete a project in this class where you'll get a chance to decide and make a poster about something that really interests you so that you can also help spread the word of how to make the earth a better place. Join me today for this Flex Lesson 1. We're going to look at some stories. We're going to take a comprehension quiz. We're going to do a drawing. We're going to look at lots of different ways that we can help make the earth a great place. During this lesson, you can pause at any time. I will also give you cues when I want you to pause so that you can stop, look at the slides, look at your materials in front of you, have a discussion, write, and think about some of these ideas. The whole video recording will take less than an hour, but as you pause and go through the materials, you'll notice that you need longer time to complete everything. There's a homework assignment at the end, as well as an enrichment activity. I can't wait to get started on this journey with you. If you have already printed out the PDF material, you can pull that now, or a notebook, piece of paper, and something to write with. Let's begin. On the first page of this PDF and this slideshow, you will see a picture of the earth, a smiley face, and the question, what makes the earth happy? You'll also see the words know, want to know, and learn. This is a KWL chart, and the purpose of this chart is to look at all of the different things throughout the whole unit. The first thing I want to do is talk about what you know. What are some things that we already do? Earth Day activities, campus cleanups, things that you participate in, things that you talk about that you know make the earth happy. Pause and talk about it and write them down. Now I want you to come up with some questions. What are some things that you want to know? Have you heard of the word global warming or climate change? Do you know that there are more than one type of pollution that hurt our earth? What are some questions that you have about things we can do to make the earth happy? Pause, talk about them, and write them down. The last thing is the L, and it stands for learn. As we uncover all of these different facts and you get to do your own discoveries about the earth, we're going to take notes and jot things down. Those are the things that you're learning about. You can add questions and write things down at any time in the unit or in the lessons. But I'll also remind you a couple times throughout the whole course to go back to your KWL. Now, before we read our first story, I want to do a pre-reading activity. This activity goes with the book, The Giving Tree. You'll see in the next page of your PDF or on the slideshow in front of you, a blue box. In the blue box, you have space, and outside of the blue box, you have the words leaves, branches, trunk, and apples. What I want you to do is draw an apple tree in the box below and try to label each part of the tree. You can draw lines from the words to the tree, and if there are other things you want to add, that's okay too. So now, pause the video and draw your tree and label the leaves, the branches, the trunk, and the apples. When we're finished with the story, you're going to have a post-reading activity. I'm going to ask you to go back to your drawing, and I'm going to ask you to think about what you drew and what it had to do with the story. How were different parts of the trees used in the story? You can write about this by saying the leaves were used for this, or you can draw a picture in the clouds and draw what the leaves equaled, or make a picture of the new thing. I don't want to give it away, but what the leaves were used for. So you have two options, but I wanted you to know ahead of time before we start reading so that you'll be thinking and paying attention to how these parts of the tree are used in the story. Now, let's get ready to read one of my favorite books, The Giving Tree. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. The Giving Tree. For Nikki. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much. And the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older. And the tree was often alone. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I am sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples." "Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I am too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house. But you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. After a long time, the boy came back again. "I'm sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone." "My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." I am too old to swing on my branches, said the boy. My trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb. I am too tired to climb, said the boy. I'm sorry, sighed the tree. I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump. I am sorry. I don't need very much now, said the boy, just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired. Well, the tree said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The end. So now I want you to go back and complete the post-reading activity. What did the boy use all of the different parts of the tree for? Pause, label, draw, or write about them. Now it's time to look at some discussion questions. There are 4 different categories of discussion questions. I want you to go through each category and pick one question to either talk about or write about with the person that you're working with or by yourself. Each category has some kind of theme that goes with the questions. In the first category, giving an altruism, the tree keeps on giving to the boy until it has nothing left to give. The boy, on the other hand, does not give anything to the tree. There are 3 questions that go with that category. Pick one, read it, and answer it. Number 1, do you think the boy is selfish? Why or why not? Number 2, is there a word for someone who keeps on giving without thinking about him or herself or expecting something in return? Or number 3, why do you think the tree is not happy after giving the boy her trunk? Pause, pick a question, read and write a response or talk about it now. Now look at the nature of giving and gifts. In the story, the tree gives the boy many gifts. Question 1, have you ever given something away and later wished you hadn't? Number 2, is it easier to give something away if the receiver truly appreciates the gift? Number 3, when you give something to someone, do you expect something in return? Number 4, when you are given something, do you feel that you owe something to the person who gave you the gift? Number 5, would you give something you really need to someone you love if they really need it too? Category 3, the nature of love. Early in the book, we read that the tree loved the boy. Here are your choices for the questions. Number 1, why do you think the tree loved the boy in the beginning? Number 2, why do you think the boy loved the tree? Number 3, are the 2 loves the same type of love? Number 4, do people need to have a reason to love someone? Number 5, do you treat people that you love differently from the ones that you don't? Number 6, when you love someone, how do you show him or her that you love them? Number 7, have you ever been angry with someone you love because they went away for a while or because they did something that you did not like? Number 8, can you be angry with someone and love them at the same time? Pick a question now, read it, and write a response or talk about it. And happiness is the last category. The tree is not really happy after giving the boy her trunk. Number 1, is the boy happy at the end of the story? Number 2, is the tree happy? Number 3, if you were the tree, would you be happy? Why? Number 4, have you ever done something just to make someone happy? Number 5, does doing things to make others happy make you happy? Number 6, do you need others in order to be happy? And number 7, do you need a reason to be happy? Or can you be happy for no reason at all?